This is the CINEMARTYR cat. Hi there, my name is Shane. If you're watching this, you probably know about CINEMARTYR. We have a big announcement. We are doing a US tour, a month-long tour with about 25 dates in 30 days. And we're also filming the tour and making a documentary at the end of the whole thing. And we're going from New York, down on the eastern coast, into Middle America, up through Texas, across to LA, all the way up to Seattle, across to Omaha, Nebraska. It's like a 3-day drive there. Detroit, and back to New York. This is the poster. I started booking about 3 months ago. I'm spending a lot of time on Reddit and Facebook groups and Craigslist and all these, asking friends of friends, putting out feelers wherever I could to get these shows together. It's a lot of work. I think we're in a good position here at the start of the year. Well, a little background on me, I guess. I moved to the States in 2012 from Ireland. Dropped everything there, saved up as much money as I could, landed over here knowing about 1 or 2 people. 10 years later, what used to be called OST is now called CINEMARTYR, and it's been going ever since, but the band has become really strong in the last 3 or 4 years, I guess. For me, moving was like a really big deal, very disruptive, a lot of mental health issues around the whole move, but I finally got to a place where I feel like I can make up for a lot of the lost time now. Yeah, this tour is quite the big deal. This has been a massive lifelong dream for me to get on the road and play shows in the States. I've done it a little bit before in Europe and Ireland, back home where I'm from. As I'm getting older, it became pretty obvious that the only way this tour was going to happen was if we made it happen. We can always do smaller tours without doing outreach like this, but I'm 35 now. You know, it's like really easy to sleep on floors and not eat much food in your 20s when you're doing something like that. But I figure for this band, if we're going to do a big DIY tour like this, now is the time to do it. We got to do this one now. We can always do the smaller and more easy to manage tours in the future, but now is the time to do this big tour while we still can. Comes the part of the video that I hate the most, which is asking for help. There's a lot of expenses that come with something like this. We're doing a DIY punk tour of a weird sounding band. We're, you know, pretty much unknown in most of these states we're going to. So in general, we gotta, of course, get a vehicle. We don't know if we're renting yet, borrowing from a friend, or having to buy like a vehicle that will hopefully get us across the states. Either way, we'll have to pay for gas and insurance, which gas is at record highs. Taking general inflation into account, who knows how much it's going to cost. I mean, we have a rough idea. It's going to be quite a bit. I'll put it here on the screen. It's 10,000 miles, give or take. We will need to pay for things like tolls, gear, musical gear, so cables, some of us have to get amps, cases for drums, drumsticks, all that kind of stuff. Of course, we're all taking a month of our lives to not work doing this, which is quite expensive in New York, the most expensive city in America, if not the world, I don't know. And then we still have to pay our rent, of course. The old New York rent, which is so delightful. And then we're playing a lot of amazing venues, but some of them are quite small. So we're going into this preparing to make, you know, no money from these shows. And that's totally, you know, fine. That's part and parcel of the process. Not only are we touring, but we're filming the whole thing and making a documentary about it, so all that hours of footage are going to be edited down afterwards into probably like a 2-hour documentary, which will hopefully capture the atmosphere of the tour with interviews with the band, seeing what America, what the country looks like in 2023. So I'm like really bad at asking for help, so I'm just going to read this straight off the phone. Any amount you can give will seriously help us. You can even become a producer on the documentary and receive one-of-a-kind items from the band. Stuff that's way cooler than the lame-ass NFT. But you could significantly help decrease the burden with the price of a Starbucks coffee. That's what they always say in these begging videos. So there's a lot of cool stuff on there. Please take a look at those, see if there's anything that fits inside your range. We would greatly appreciate it. None of us do this for profit. There will be a full rundown of all the expenses and all that after we finish tour. And of course, the documentary will be viewable by anyone who contributes. You guys will be able to see it early. This is a very big deal for me. This is like #1 life goal pretty much, and a huge amount of work has gone into it. It's quite scary setting something like this up. It's like, what, I'm like 35, my first time ever touring properly in the States, and you're just like, every day you wake up, you're like, why are you doing this? This is so stupid, no one does this. Like, this is just ridiculous, just maybe don't do it, just avoid all the stress. But of course, if you do that, you lose out on an amazing experience and a life-changing experience potentially. This might be the only time we do something like this, bar the band somehow miraculously becoming successful down the line, and this is a very good chance this is the one and only time certainly I will ever do something of this scope, so your help would be massively appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't rambled too much. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. We hope you'll come see us in all these states. More information to come on the exact dates and times. Thank you very fucking much. Can't say that enough. We really appreciate it. I know these are tough times for everyone. Life is not cheap. I'm sure this cat agrees, and if she could talk, she would say, "Give me food," because I haven't fed her yet, and it's past her feeding time. Thank you.